Oh, io ti parlo con il cuore in mano, muoio per rinascere di nuovo. Se ti cerco e non ti trovo, mi riguardo quelle foto e di noi non ci ricordiamo. E da te amica me l'aspettavo, è iniziata come un gioco, ma non finisce mai.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So I guess this is gonna be the first video of the channel. We'll be talking about Riot, or my 2015 Lancer Evolution 10. I have been getting so many requests on Instagram, TikTok, pretty much all the social media that I'm on, about the car, what is done to it, how much power it makes, what are my future goals with it. I think it would be really cool to kind of share my experiences with the car, installs and shenanigans that I do with my friends. And I think it'd be really good to kind of share these things with you guys. I think this would be some good educational content, and I think it's gonna be fun. Been into cars pretty much straight out of the womb. I've always been into cars. I grew up with cars with my dad, my grandfather. I really heavily got into cars until my later years, but I was always around them. My dad was always having me wrench on stuff with him. Same with my grandfather. So I already kind of had the knowledge. I already kind of had some experience with cars. I just never actually did anything for myself with them. My first car was a 2004 Lancer ES base model, automatic. Literally the base model trim. It was a beater, honestly. I didn't have any plans with the car. Like, I wasn't doing anything with it. I just used it to commute. I started doing little small things. Like, I did like an intake on it. I did some wheels. That's pretty much it. And I was like, wow, it's actually kind of cool. But I started doing some research. I ended up buying a 2008 Infiniti G37 Coupe. It was black. I love that car. That's kind of the car that got me like really into the car scene. It did wheels, tires, suspension. I didn't build the motor, boost it, or anything like that people typically do with like VHRs. I still kept the NA, but I upgraded some things on the motor. I got it tuned. I was that hot boy that did the Hot Boy Flame Map tune. I'll post a couple of clips here for you. But I did do that, and I love the hell out of that car, man. I did some little cosmetic things here and there on it, but that car really set the foundation for me when it came to cars and what I liked. That really set the pace for me. And I was like, modifying, it's one thing just kind of buying an already done sports car. It's another when you're kind of making it your own and building it, and kind of like you see a vision, and then over time and hard work and dedication and persistence, you start to see that vision come into fruition. It's kind of where I am at today. After that, I had that car for a couple of years, and I was like, I need something just build, and not something that's going to, where I'm going to hit a ceiling a lot sooner than I would with other platforms. I do live in the PNW, so I wanted something that was all-wheel drive, somewhat reasonable to build. You got the Subaru, the WRX and STI chassis. You got Evos, 8s, 9s, and 10s, and then like the Focus RSs. I wasn't kind of looking into the European market at the time, so that's kind of where it leaves me at here. I was really torn, mostly between the STI and the Evo 10s. I didn't choose an 8 or a 9, even though I love 8s and 9s. I know that 10s are more daily friendly cars when it comes to being a daily driver. So that's kind of where I'm at. So let's kind of go over the car. So this is my 2015 Lancer Evolution 10 GSR. It is in their like gray metallic color. It's not the graphite from like the 2012 era and below. This was like their newer version of the gray, so it has a little bit more metallic and it's a little brighter. Mercury gray metallic, I believe, is what the name of the color is. Aesthetic wise, honestly, I am a function over form kind of person. So I don't have a lot of aesthetic mods. I did kind of like some things that were essential, especially if you live in the PNW, you would understand. Rain guards. These are the OEM Mitsubishi rain guards. It rains a fuck ton here, so those are kind of essential to have. And then I got some Rally Armor mud flaps to keep, you know, dirt and mud and stuff from flying up the side of the car all the time. On the front, again, not really too much. I have the V-Land Demon Eye style headlights. I got some Hello horns in here, and then just like an eBay chin splitter. Honestly, I think this thing was like 80 bucks. They're super cheap. I know a ton of people like to do the carbon lips. I love the look of the carbon lips, but there is way too many crappy roads out here. You will blast a carbon front splitter within the first week of driving with it. I promise you, especially if you're on a lowered car. I got a set of Enki RPF 1s. I know, kind of a basic bitch move when it comes to the Evo 10s, but they're good wheels, they're cheap, they're forged, they're lightweight, they're kind of like a go-to. I guess that's kind of the reason why everyone has them. I used to have a set of the SBC black chrome RPF 1s. I ended up switching to the blacks. I like the look of the black on the car more than the chrome ones. They are a 18 by 9.5 plus 22 offset. These are a set of 265/35 R18s. Brakes, I'm just running a set of the EBC drilled and slotted rotors and their ceramic pads, and then I have the factory brake system. These little side markers. So fun little note, if you didn't know this, the 2015s, the last year of the 10s, they relocated the side markers from down here up to the mirror. So they had these little like chrome plastic inserts, but the harness, the plug harness for the side markers are still there. So I just went on Amazon. I bought a set of LED sequential turn signals for the 2015s, and they're like 25 bucks, and they're great. So definitely worth the pickup if you have a 10. Coming around to the back, again, not too much. I just got the Rec Speed painted vortex generators, and then a VIS Racing carbon duckbill. The taillights are smoked. They're still the OEM 15 taillights. They're just smoked. Interior wise, again, not too much. All I still have, yes, it's a 15, but I do have the Recaros in it, because that's kind of like an Evo 10 thing. You got to have the Recaros, man. So in here I just got a Defi boost gauge, and then a AEM AFR, and then down here I have a Innovate flex fuel gauge because I am running on flex fuel, and then like a titanium shift knob. All right, and then what everyone wants to know and everyone wants to see, the goodies. So I'll kind of start with the motor, and I'll work my way around and get to everything. But it is a built 2-liter out of a performance shop in Pennsylvania. It is pistons, rods. It is running a set of Wiseco HD pistons, and then a set of K1 Tech H-beam rods. They're billet rods. It is a stock crank running a set of all King bearings, King XP series bearings, and then all ARP hardware, so main studs, rod bolts, head studs, and then, but it is stock sleeves, and it's bored 40 over. Head, it is a built head, so I'm running a set all BC or Brian Crower headwork, so it's their the Brian Crower stage 2 cams. They're 272 by 272s, and titanium valve springs and retainers, and new valve seals, everything. And then OEM head gasket, OEM spark plugs. I'm running a set of the NGK laser iridiums. I'm pretty sure that's what they use from the factory. Aluminum valve cover, because for some reason only the 2008 Evo 10s came with metal valve covers. After that, it's all plastic. So if you do plan to run big power in these cars, that is pretty much the first thing you want to do is get a metal valve cover. Fuel wise, I am running a full radium fuel delivery system, twin. I'm running 2 Walbro 525 fuel pumps. Both of them are hardwired on 30 amp relays, and the second pump is on a hob switch. And so once the car sees about 7 to 8 pounds of boost, it kicks the second pump on. That way I'm not running hardwired Hellcat pumps all the time. And then so it's dash 8 or dash 10 feed, and then dash 6 or dash 8 return. Don't quote me on that. Fuel rail, the only thing that's not radium is the fuel rail. I'm running the AMS Performance billet fuel rail. And then the injectors, I'm running a set of Alpha 2200 series injectors, and then a AEM full, not the smaller one that they have, but they're a larger fuel pressure regulator. And then all kind of goes back into the return style fuel system. I'm running a Art Ganari or AGT 62 millimeter turbo with his upgraded billet 25 pound wastegate. I'm running a AP tubular manifold with upgraded studs. I want to say, so this is a full MAP intercooler piping kit with a ETS 4-inch intercooler. And then the intake is also the MAP Revision 2 intake and filter. And then the Go Fast Bits dual port or like response blow off valve, so you can switch it to recirculated or atmospheric depending on what you're looking to do. The car is on speed density, so I mean I could unplug the MAF sensor and it doesn't really make a difference, but I just keep it plugged in so there's not a cable dangling all over the place. The car is on an Omni 4-bar MAP sensor. As far as downpipe and exhaust system, I'm running the ETS divided open dump. I'm not sure if you're able to see it down there, but divided open dump, and then a STM catless resonated mid pipe, and then the Tomei catback titanium catback exhaust. Running a bunch of heat management stuff because Evo 10s for some reason run super hot, so I am running the Driven Fab firewall heat shield. I gold heat taped as much as I could as close to the manifold. Also I did do the cam sensor heat shield as well. I'm running a Cobb electronic boost controller. I will probably swap that out for like the Grim Speed, or if I go standalone then I guess it won't matter. Clutch, I am running a Comp Stage 4 clutch with their upgraded thrust bearing, stock transfer case, a stock drive line, still the AYC system, stock rear diff. That kind of wraps it up as far as build. Like I said, it's a pretty simple, straightforward build. Now, I am not going to tell you guys the power. What I want you guys to do is go into the comment section below, and I want you to guess what the car dynoed at. I want to see what your guys' guesses are. Don't forget to like the video as well, and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot of things coming for this car. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys are excited, and or as at least excited as I am, because I believe this is going to be a pretty fun build. Thank you guys so much, and stay tuned. Have a good one.